Hi, and welcome to another ICMI Tuesday training tip. I'm Justin Robbins, and over the next few weeks, I want to talk about how we as contact center leaders can improve the customer experience. With this first tip, I want to explore something that I've used in a number of my contact centers to help us have a better understanding, A, of what our customers expect, but B, also to help our agents get more engaged and involved in the process of improving the customer experience. And so with that, this week's tip is to start a Voice of the Agent program in your contact center. You might be familiar with Voice of the Customer programs, and if you are, this has some similarities as well as a few key differences. You see, in a Voice of the Agent program, it's really about two things. It's about, one, helping the agents gather the insight that only they can gather being at the front line. The things the customers are telling us or not telling us about the customer experience, what they want, what they need, what they'd like to see more of. But the second piece is to also just demonstrate to our agents how important and how valuable the insight that they have is to our operation. You see, one of the key challenges that I hear from contact center leaders is that their agents don't feel engaged, they don't feel involved, they're not bought in to the contact center processes and the ways that the contact center evolves to meet customer needs. And when I look at those contact centers, what I find across the board is that agents don't have an active voice in improving the operation. And so if those are challenges that you deal with, or if you just want to see your agents more engaged and more involved in this idea of continuous improvement, then a Voice of the Agent program is for you. Before I go any further, I want to say that we've made an example Voice of the Agent template available for you to download. There's a link below. I encourage you to click on that, check it out, and email, tweet, call me with any questions that you might have about that template. But really, for the sake of today's tip, I just want to cover three important things about a Voice of the Agent program. Number one is, if you're implementing a Voice of the Agent program, you want to clearly outline the purpose of your program. Why are you doing this? What are your goals? What do you hope to achieve by putting a Voice of the Agent program in place in your contact center? It could be as simple as what I mentioned earlier. You want to get that insight from customers that you can't get anywhere else, and you want agents to have the opportunity to share their knowledge and expertise. Could be as simple as that. We also have some other examples in that template. The next key piece of a Voice of the Agent program is to clearly outline the types of information that you want agents to provide. Examples of this could be customers telling you about external factors on their experience with your organization. Things like changes to the economy or recent news. They could be internal factors, such as changes that you as an organization have made, perhaps to your hours of operation or the products that you offer, or even the channels that you're serving your customers in. Could also be just general customer feedback, and it should absolutely be insights, ideas, things that your agents are thinking of, things that they're experiencing in their roles, and ways that they would recommend that the contact center evolve and change and improve moving forward. So part one is to clearly outline your purpose, your goals. Part two is to give clear guidance on the types of information. And then the third and most critical part, I really believe, is how are you going to use this? Right? It's not just about getting feedback from your agents, but it's telling them in advance, this is how we're going to put that feedback to work. This is how we're going to share it. This is how we're going to act on it. And what this Voice of the Agent framework really becomes is a tool for accountability. Accountability for your agents to know that this is something that's important. It's something that's a key component of their job, them to provide this type of feedback. But it's also accountability for you to say, now that you're providing this feedback, we're going to be using it, and here's how. It also might be beneficial to give them an example Voice of the Agent email, or maybe you create a Slack channel or some other type of wiki or page or resource for agents to be sharing this feedback. Whatever it is, we've given you a template, we've provided an example for you, and I'd love for you to just give this a try. Maybe even for a week or two in your contact center, turn your agents loose, give them this outline for a Voice of the Agent program, and just see what happens. If nothing else, I challenge you to do that. Just see what happens when you take your most valuable resource at the front line, your agents, and say, we value your opinion. We want to hear from you. We want to know how we can change, evolve, improve the customer experience. And so we'll be back next week with another tip, another idea on how we as contact centers can improve and continuously evolve the customer experience. I'll see you then.